Welcome back to StockBeam, your daily spotlight on the U.S. stock market. Today is April 12, 2026, and we have a really interesting stock on the radar. We're talking about KO, the Coca-Cola Company. This stock is dipping slightly, down 0.9% today, and there are some very compelling reasons why it's catching serious attention right now. So grab a coffee, pull up the chart, and let's break this one down from top to bottom. Before we get into the numbers, let's make sure everyone understands what this company actually does, because context matters. The Coca-Cola Company is a company operating in the consumer defensive sector, specifically within the beverages, non-alcoholic industry. The Coca-Cola Company, a beverage company, manufactures and sells various non-alcoholic beverages in the United States and internationally. The company provides trademark Coca-Cola, sparkling soft drinks and flavors, water, sports, coffee, and tea, juice, value-added dairy, and plant-based beverages, and emerging beverages. It also offers beverage concentrates and syrups, as well as fountain syrups to fountain retailers comprising restaurants and convenience stores. The company sells its products. In terms of size, the company currently has a market capitalization of approximately $333.4 billion. That puts it firmly in large-cap territory, a segment of the market that institutional investors typically monitor closely. The stock carries a price-to-earnings ratio of 25.483553, and earnings per share of $3.04. Keep those numbers in mind as we go through the analysis. Alright, let's get to the key question: why is KO dipping slightly, down 0.9% today? Here's what's driving the move. Headline number 1, how the Coca-Cola, KO, investment story is shifting with new targets and protein exposure. Coca-Cola's updated fair value estimate has shifted slightly, from $83.49 to $83.67 per share, putting a finer point on where analysts see the stock's long-term potential. This adjustment sits aloe headline number 2, what is one of the best dividend stocks to buy with $5,000 right now? Companies that have a strong focus on returning capital to shareholders are popular among certain investors. Headline number 3, Coca-Cola's quarterly earnings preview, what you need to know. The Coca-Cola Company is set to report its fiscal first quarter results by the end of this month, and analysts are anticipating a low double-digit growth in earnings. Headline number 4, AJEI's Venezuela rebound as plant runs at just 5% to 10% capacity. Peruvian soda maker signals cautious optimism on Venezuela recovery while managing cost pressures and avoiding new debt issuance. Headline number 5, Coca-Cola's America 250 push links brand story to investor questions. Coca-Cola, NYSE has launched a year-long America 250 campaign tied to the United States' 250th anniversary. The initiative includes unique collectible packaging for each state, themed events, and EXP. When you see a move of this magnitude combined with the news flow, it tells you the market is repricing this stock based on new information. Let's now take a closer look at the price action, the technical picture, and what the fundamentals tell us. Let's dig into the numbers now. KO is currently trading at $77.47, dipping slightly, down 0.9% from yesterday's close of $78.18. Now let's talk about the 52-week range, because this is critical context. Over the past year, this stock has traded as high as $81.44 and as low as $64.45. That's a range of $16.99, showing you just how volatile this name can be. Right now, at $77.47, the stock is sitting 4.9% below its 52-week high, and 20.2% above its 52-week low. Over the past 5 sessions, the stock has trended higher. Here are the closing prices: $77.22, $75.91, $77.29, $78.18, $77.47. That gives you a quick snapshot of the recent momentum. Now let's talk volume, and this is where it gets really interesting. Today's trading volume came in at 10.9 million shares. To put that in context, the 20-day average daily volume is 14.9 million shares. That means today's volume is near its average daily volume of the past 20 sessions. Here's why volume matters so much: price moves on high volume are far more meaningful than moves on thin volume. High volume tells you that institutions, hedge funds, and serious traders are actively participating, not just retail noise. Now let's look at the chart from a technical standpoint. The 5-day moving average at $77.21 has crossed above the 20-day moving average at $76.28, a pattern that technical analysts refer to as a short-term golden cross. The stock is currently trading above its 50-day moving average at $77.20, which is a level that intermediate-term trend watchers often use as a reference point. On the longer time frame, price is above the 200-day moving average at $70.64, a level that long-term trend analysts commonly use as a benchmark. The RSI, or Relative Strength Index, is currently reading 64.8. That puts the stock in elevated momentum territory. Here are the key technical reference levels that chart analysts commonly watch. On the support side, the first level to note is $76.28, which is the 20-day moving average. Below that, the 52-week low at $64.45 is another widely referenced level. These are areas that technical analysts historically identify as potential support zones. On the resistance side, the 50-day moving average at $77.20 is a widely watched intermediate reference. Above that, the 52-week high at $81.44 marks the furthest extent of the past year's range, a level closely monitored by chart watchers as a key reference point. Let's wrap up with what the professionals are saying and what the fundamentals look like. Wall Street currently has a consensus rating of buy on this stock. The average price target from 23 analysts sits at $83.67. The most bullish target on the street is $90, while the most conservative sits at $71.38. That gives you a sense of how divided opinion is among professionals. Revenue growth is modest at 2.4% year over year. Profit margins are strong at 27.3%. Now let's examine the risk factors associated with this stock, because every move in the market has two sides to consider. With a beta of 0.36, this stock is actually less volatile than the broader market, a relatively defensive characteristic. As always, nothing in this video constitutes financial advice. This content is for